Ma'am, did you know that Commonwealth Charter Academy's proficient or advanced on English language arts and literature for all students is 11%?
Yes, I'm aware.
11%. That's not 11% that are like killing it. That's like 11% of total are. I just want my friend. We talk about failing schools here as if like this is not 11% of all of their students are proficient in English. But in just in case you think I'm cherry picking, I will say it goes up just a little bit for science. 13% of their students are proficient. 13% of their students are proficient. It doesn't get better from there. In math, it's 4.7%. Now, if those numbers were for my colleagues that want to talk about my school district being a failing school district, because I am one of the bottom 15 percentile in the Allentown School District, our numbers don't come close to that. They're nowhere near those levels of awful results for our children. Making matters most, Madam Secretary, do you know what their percentage of their students that take PSSAs are, roughly?
It is exceptionally low.
24%. 1 out of every 4 of their students take PSSAs. And the best they can do is a 4.7% proficient rate on math. So it begs the question, are we actually getting what we're paying for? Never mind. I'll let that one go. Not just picking on one charter school, I will say Insight PA Cyber School is 20% proficient in ELA, 4.4% proficient in math. PA Cyber 27 and 12. Reach Cyber 19 and 6. Pennsylvania Leadership, which is the 5th of those 5 cyber schools, is 46% proficient in literature and reading, and 27 in math. Going back to my statement that these are not traditional public schools. These are subcontractors of the Department of Education. We may disagree on like legal language, but I can't complain to my school board about my constituents that go in CCA. CCA has a building in my district. It's got really cool neon. It's got a clock tower on top of it. It's really sharp. It's neat. That neon and that clock tower is not making their math scores go above 4.7% efficient. Ma'am, what is the standard that we are supposed to achieve in terms of proficiency according to our relationship with the federal government?
Related to taking the test, 95%.
And what is our goal for proficiency? 70%, if I'm not mistaken?
That's correct.
70%. We are supposed to have 95% of our kids take standardized tests, and in this one cyber school, 24 do. They're supposed to achieve a 70% proficient rate in reading, math, and science, and they're at 4.7%. Are these the STEM jobs that we're preparing kids for?
Are these the what?
I'm sorry. Are these scores good enough to prepare our children for the STEM jobs that I hear about all the time in this chamber?
No, 13% would not seem to be appropriate for that.
In case anybody's wondering, that website is publicly facing. You could look at any school, charter, brick and mortar charter, cyber school. You look at every one of the schools in your home school districts to see what are and what are not school districts that are achieving what we're looking at. Again, to the questions that we keep going back to on the cybers. We have forever heard the conversations and have had the conversations about the financial drain that they are on our school districts. We have forever heard about school choice and parents' rights, and nobody's arguing those points. What we don't have enough of a conversation about is, are these schools worth what we're paying for? The 24,000 students that are in CCA, in cyber buildings with neon, only 4.7% are proficient in mathematics. It seems like we're doing something wrong. And just again, to make sure that I'm not just picking on them, all 5 of those schools are woefully under not only what their goals are, but what their actual number of kids that will even take the tests are. A lot of questions.